Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Kubernetes community meeting. My name is Jonas Roslin, and I'll be your host here today. I hope you're all having a fantastic week. Before we start, I just want to mention that we do have a code of conduct. This is being recorded and streamed, so please make sure you don't say or do anything that you don't want permanently recorded. Today we have one working group presenting. It's Dayan from IoT Edge. But first, we do have Dims that will talk about the steering committee election results. So Dims, you want to kick it off?
Hi, everyone. So I want to see if I can drag this on. So let me start by saying thanks to the people who have been helping us a lot, namely Joe, Brendan, Clayton, Brian, Tim Hawkins, Sarah, Brandon. And also, these folks were part of the Bootstrap committee, and we had other people who were emeritus steering committee members as well. Quinton, Michelle, and Phil. Um, so so I want to welcome the new members of the steering committee in no particular order. It's Christoph Blecker. Hey, Christoph. Derek Carr. Hi, Derek. Nikita Raghunath. Hi, Nikita. And Paris Pittman. So did I say no particular order? Okay. Thank you. So I'm very happy to announce the new members and also really thank everybody else who were a part of this process. And big thanks goes to the election committee, Bob, George, Brian, and Ihor. If we are also going to have a retro on the election process itself, so if you're interested in this kind of work, please make sure you contact the current election committee. If you can't find who they are, ping me. I'll point you to them. Okay. So thanks a lot, everyone. That's it from me, Jonas.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dims. And yeah, huge congratulations to all the new steering committee members. And yeah, I think you're all going to do a fantastic job at it. Next up, we have release updates from release manager Gwen.
Found the unmute button. Hi, everybody. We are in week 2 of the 117 release cycle. We have almost completed our shadow selection. 90%, 99% done. I want to extend congratulations and welcome to all of our hardworking team members. Also, this morning, the first alpha cut of 117 was released. Check out the details on the release page. Yesterday, we cut the 116.1 patch release. And those are all the current goings on. If you give me a second, I can check the schedule for what's on the docket for next week. But we do have enhancements freeze on October 15th. Just the steady reminder that there is less than 2 weeks until enhancements freeze. Thank you.
All right. Awesome. Thank you, Gwen. So next up, because we don't have a demo today, we're going to dive right into SIG and working group updates. So this week, we do have the working group IoT Edge, and we have Diane, who will be presenting on the work that you have been doing.
Hey folks, let me share the screen. Is it showing up properly for everyone?
Yep.
So before getting into the current period update, I thought to give a bit of history, because this is the first time sharing this with the wider community. So this working group was started in summer 2018, last year. And the goal was to see how we can make Kubernetes a better platform for hosting cloud-based IoT workloads and supporting edge use cases, right? So the main goal in the beginning was to build a community, find interesting parties in doing this, define basic use cases, challenges in these kind of scenarios, and then move forward from there. Try to provide a proper reference architecture and blueprints for different use cases. Identify improvements where we can, or where should we spin a new projects to support everything like this. And yeah, I think first 6 months or so we've been dedicated to the first two tasks. So basically, we started a first white paper, which we use as like a blank paper to define things, because when we started talking, it was obvious from the beginning. When you said edge, it means something different for everybody, depending, are you coming from the telco side or retail side or IoT side. So it was used as an open-ended document that allowed us to define like a common vocabulary and get things into the perspective. And from that, the first deliverables was the sessions we had at the last year's KubeCon North America, where we had a intro and deep dive sessions, trying to summarize what we did in this white paper. And I should say that from the community side, I think we're also looking good. So we had like 60, 70 people in the white paper itself defined as interested into the topic, but also what we saw on the sessions and on the sessions at the KubeCon, there was always more than 200 people registered to attend these kind of sessions. So building on top of that, I try to go through the last couple of months and define what we had as a progression on these first steps, and what we did since March until today was diving deeper into some of the challenges related to these use cases. So the main deliverable we had was the security challenges white paper that was released a couple of weeks ago, I think. And all the work as well was also summed into the intro plus deep dive session we had in Barcelona, trying to round up these challenges around security, around data plane communication, and similar. Yeah. Also, we were present in KubeCon China, trying to do a survey of all IoT edge surround ecosystem around Kubernetes and try to summarize the projects that exist there. So what we usually do, so we have regular meetings, and during those meetings, everybody from the community is allowed to do presentations on different topics. So we had a lot of these in the last couple of months. So we covered AMQP1 protocol and the Scupper project as one solution for the communication for the hybrid cloud and edge solutions. We did some updates on the KubeEdge projects and IOFog projects, which are basically edge platforms built for Kubernetes, and we are monitoring the progress these projects are making. We had a update on the Harbor project and how it can be used to provide basically edge container registries on the edge. So that's where we are at this point. So trying to bring a lot of people and to share their use cases, to share the challenges they have trying to use Kubernetes in some of these scenarios, and try to gather these challenges and yeah, see the projects that provide solution to those. We also had some collaborations with Acrino, Acroino and Eclipse IoT community that are also in the similar space and trying to figure out what we can work on together. So going forward, what we would like to do is to continue this trend. So a couple of presentations that are already in the plans is more about what Azure IoT Edge is doing in the space. Also in the Eclipse IoT community, there's effort to do like integrations projects, which will provide Helm charts for different kind of IoT components running in the cloud in a single like IoT platform. And when that's ready for public presentation, we'll have a presentation on that. We also in some discussions about trying to develop, starting to develop these blueprints and reference architectures to cover different use cases, for example, for retail edge and things like that. We have a couple of sessions accepted for the KubeCon in San Diego, and for the working group session, we decided to focus this time on the different kind of protocols that are used on the edge and the IoT, and try to summarize, to first see a popularity of those protocols within the community, but then also try to discuss how we can address some of the challenges of trying to use these non-HTTP protocols and how to do that in the Kubernetes environment, and also focus a little bit on the some aspect on best practices on how to develop microservices that should be running on the edge, on the edge sites and in the edge clusters. So how you can help? If you know anybody that's doing something in this space, please spread the word. We would love to hear more about what people are doing, what challenges are they having, and if they're providing some of the solutions to those. So everybody is welcome in these communities, in this community. If anybody of you are interested, you're more than welcome to join one of the current initiatives, and just join on the next Zoom meeting, or provide a topic that you would like to see discussed. As I said, we have bi-weekly meetings. We have alternate meeting schedules. One is the regular Pacific time adjusted. The other is APIC one. We introduced that after a while because some folks were complaining that they can't access the regular meeting times. But we have we don't have too much of a good attendance there, so we might rethink that. We try to introduce that APIC friendly meeting time to see if there's more interest in that area around these topics. But yeah, we'll get it going for a while, but we'll rethink after a while. So that's basically what I had to share with you today. So if you have any questions, I would love to answer them.
Awesome. Thank you, Dejan. Do we have any questions for Dejan regarding the work they're doing in the Edge IoT working group?
And Jonas, right. I'll share this deck with you if you need it for the future reference.
Yes, please. If you send me the link, I'll make sure that it's added to the notes for this meeting as well. Thank you so much, Dejan.
Thank you.
So going on here, we do have two things that we want to mention as well for two other working groups. So the first one is for resource management, which is spinning down, becoming going into emeritus status, and they are focusing the next steps directly in SIG node. The other working group that also will be spinning down is the machine learning one. So yeah, that's happening. Any questions at all regarding this? All right, let's move into announcements and shout outs then. So we do have one big announcement, and that is, of course, around Contributor Summit. So Contributor Summit registration is live. We do have a link in the doc, so please check that out. If you can't find the doc, you can always go to the event page for KubeCon and check out the pre-event events, and you will find the Kubernetes Contributor Summit. So the registration is live. We already have roughly 260 RSVPs, which is roughly 60% of the total amount that we can let in. And if you want to be a part of it, please register as soon as possible, because we will fill these slots up. There is currently a waiting list for new contributor, the new contributor workshop, but please add yourself to the wait list if you want to get in on that, and then we'll open up more slots in the near future there. So let's move into the shout outs for this week. So the first one is from Tim Pepper. A big shout out to Nikita for a PR description and commit messages in pull request 82.410, which makes a potentially daunting code review much easier. And also shout out to Liggett for similarly making the cherry pick review much easier with a stellar PR description text. So awesome shout out here. And the other shout out here is from Jason. A shout out to DIMS for building out the end-to-end conformance test using Cluster API and the GCP provider. So thank you all for your hard work on this, and yeah, again, congratulations to the new steering committee members, Christoph, Derek, Nikita, and Paris. Super excited to have you on the steering committee. And with that, I think that's it for today. It's a short meeting today, and we'll give you roughly 43 minutes back.
Thanks everyone for voting and participating. Appreciate it.
Have a fantastic week, everyone. Bye.
Bye.